Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast. Somehow, someway, the New York Jets have already been eliminated from playoff contention. That's not Kai. I'm a realistic Giants fan. Depressed. Kai will be here later today. He's got to be doing some other things right now, and this is the time that fit into my schedule. So what's up, everyone? You're stuck with me at least for the first half of the episode, maybe the entire episode. It's hard to tell. Let's get into it. It has been a very interesting week here at the Sold Too Early podcast, Addict Shorter Cards, whatever you want to call it. I turned 29 on Sunday, the 31st. So at time of recording, that was a couple days ago. Actually, this comes out tomorrow, so go figure. Yeah. Somehow made it to my late 20s. That's a pretty good start, I gotta say. And the day before, my wife and I actually went out to Amish country, central PA area, and bring home a golden retriever puppy this Saturday. So hopefully for next episode, if she's good, I can introduce the new real reason why you're coming to the podcast. Let's be honest, it's not for me, it's not for Kai. So yeah, that's super exciting. That actually does lead into the conversation about cards, because I have changed up my plans entirely for the Dallas Card Show. Now, this has been a conversation my wife and I were having for a while. We were ready to have a dog and do all this fun stuff. But the original cadence and planning of all this was changed through one reason or another. We had plans that were going to happen that fell through due to no fault of our own. And I had scheduled these shows several weeks in advance when we had a plan and going to follow it and everything else and be flexible. So as a result, now my Dallas Card Show experience with Kai, who will be there, and that'll be fun. I'll only be there on Thursday and Friday. I'm leaving Friday night. I'm taking the latest flight out of Dallas back to New Jersey. Probably get home around 1:30-ish, and then be up at 7:30 or so if I can even sleep, to go pick up my new best friend. And I wouldn't change that, or I would change that. I really was considering canceling this Dallas show for myself, but I've not made it to the last two shows in Dallas. One was due to a flight being canceled. One was due to 4th of July, which I was never going to attend, and that sounds terrible to attend, so I'm very happy I didn't have to, and that choice was made for me. And to miss 3 in a row would be tough. I think it's very clear to say that my priorities are not in sports cards right now in terms of being at Dallas. I was at Burbank a week and a half ago. I brought my wife there and I made a vacation out of it. And there's a show next week in New Jersey that I will go to because that was allotted for me to be there. I booked that back in February or so. Go figure. It is what it is there. I'll be at both. My timing might be limited due to puppy, which is more important to me. And yeah, even 2026, I already see several dates here that I can't go to because this show is great and I love it. I'm very happy to be a vendor at Dallas, but it's 6 times a year and I can't do all 6 already, knowing this a year in advance. So it's whatever. Listen, it's all about prioritizing what's actually important. And I'm very happy with what I do. I'm very grateful for what I have. I prepped for Dallas to the best of my ability, given, not even budgets per se, but timing to buy things. I stopped buying for Dallas, even with the dog in mind, on Tuesday of last week, just because of how bad USPS and FedEx and UPS have been with shipping stuff. It's not worth buying anymore past that point, in my opinion, because there's no shot it was going to get here before today. And yeah, maybe could have come tomorrow on Wednesday when the post office would still be open to me, but it wasn't worth the risk while I was going to put significant money into it. So I'm ready. I had a pretty good Burbank show. I did do a very successful story sale on Sunday or Monday, whatever it was, which was good. I needed that, wanted it done, cleared some stuff, have plenty of other items in from Burbank and other things that came in over the weekend. Will be adequately prepared with 2 showcases on the front wall. Kyle will be there until Saturday afternoon. So he's leaving a couple show hours after me. But I do expect a pretty solid show. I won't be able to give as much of a perspective this time. Go figure. And I love the Dallas show, but if there's one thing I'm okay with missing, it is Dallas, and that's fine. They do it so often. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've been there, but I know it hasn't changed. You know what I mean? Like, it's a solid B plus time every single chance you have an ability to get there. And I will be there in November, which is good. And that'll be probably my last show of the year now, because planning out the rest of my 2025 has already happened, of course, but now it's a little bit different with the dog coming and like, knowing me, like, it's so funny to say it out loud, because my wife would not believe me, but like, the hardest part of these shows is like leaving her and doing that, and that is shitty, and it makes me feel like a shitty person. And if you are married or in a serious relationship, or like with your significant other, if you have one, awesome. If not, it is what it is. Like, I'm sure you feel the same way too if you travel a lot, especially without them. It fucking sucks. And I used to think that was stupid. I did. I really did. I was like, there's no way it's going to be me. And it is. And that's not fun. And I love this industry. I really do. There's parts of it I also hate. Shocking. But at the end of the day, I do truly love it. But I'm very thankful it is not my full-time job. It would be very difficult to be away multiple times a month now, especially too, when I don't even like want to be. I would be okay with not going to this Dallas show. I expect it to be good in my limited capacity, but like, I would have been okay if I just said like, whatever. But I have to show my face. I haven't been there in a while, and it's important for me to be there. I do believe as well, this is the time to dump your football QBs, which is hilarious. I did acquire a good amount of football stuff in Burbank, and got interested in some of it sold, of course. But I'm into those so good in terms of pricing that if I now am caught holding the bag slightly on it after Dallas, I'm okay with that, but just because of how good I'm into it. But I have a pretty good inventory collection right now of stuff. I expect repackers to be there on Thursday and clean people out if they're priced well. And then Friday is a crapshoot because I'm leaving at the middle end of the day. And it really, like, I'm grading on a curve for this show. And knowing that I have another one next week too, which is more local and obviously like is not a priority, like I don't really know what's going to happen there. I'm as prepared as I can be. And that's fine. Like, listen, I've had friends and a lot of people who do this full time who are done. They're done traveling for the year, and it's September, and I don't blame them. Like, the one thing about the show scene in sports cards, if you do this a lot, and I've been very fortunate and grateful to, it's been a fucking sprint and a marathon at the same time. If you went to 4th of July Dallas, you had that, you had National, you had Burbank, you have another Dallas. I'm sure there's other there's Shipshewana, which I would never do. I think there's like Nashville in between there somewhere. Minnesota, I think, is coming up in a couple of weeks as well, if not the same weekend. You have Culture Collision, I know for a fact, is in 1 or 2 weeks as well. Like, you can be busy as much as you want to, but like, this was the go time. and either you were prepared, you're crushing, you did very well, and you like made your money for the year, or like you sold off your big investments for QBs because like the second they run on the field week 1, you're fucked if you own them still. And if you didn't, well, I hope you like them because you might be caught holding the bag, and I might be caught holding the bag on some small stuff. But like once again, I got into it so well, I don't care. Just answering a text real quick. It is what it is there. I think that if I can target anything specifically for this show, I would like to start buying baseball again. I would like to do a little more research into Bowman Chrome stuff. I've not had time to. I probably won't have time to. I'm going to say I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'll ask Kai questions. I'll text Webb. I'll be like, hey, guys, help out here. But I'll prep as much as I can. I think you'll see the basketball shift really happen if it has not already in most of the card show scene. People are going to be buying Paolo, Cade, Anthony Edwards, LeBron. Kobe's been nuclear hot. I don't even want to touch that stuff. Curry, I bought a nice Curry and I immediately flipped it, and that was fun. That was not what I thought would happen there, but hey, you know what happens sometimes? You just buy shit. And then you flip it and you just laugh. And then you flip the stuff you got from there. And you laugh again. And you question, what are you doing? And how is this so easy sometimes and difficult at other times? You just laugh your ass off and figure it out later. You just roll with it. But basketball is so finicky now because like I do not love the last couple of draft classes, but at the same time I'm a hypocrite because literally on my desk right now is like a pretty nice Cooper Flag. I try to get the best ability to see it. Cooper Flag to 25, Bowman U, patch auto. And then a on-card Cooper Flag. It's going to be difficult to see that. Sorry, it's a refractor. It's the Hello, My Name Is insert from Bowman U. The sick card. Bought him for Dallas. We'll see if they make it to Dallas. We'll see if I leave Dallas with them. Knowing me, it's either going to be sold to a repacker on Thursday night or just, a Mavericks fan comes up and it's like, I want Cooper Flag stuff. I'm like, I got you, bro. And he's like, that's expensive. I'm like, I know, bro. He's like, can you do less? I'm like, maybe. Bro ham. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. Oh, God. It's so interesting. What I would like to talk about today, too, based on when Kai joins, if he is able to join, maybe go through the NFL season, any predictions right there. Did not tell him that. Didn't have mine already either. We'll just kind of rifle that off. It's going to be a fun time in the sports card and obviously real football world. College football's back. I don't watch it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't really care for it. But Rutgers beat Ohio. So that means we're obviously better than every, college in Ohio, of course. That's how that works, right? What do you mean that Ohio is not good? What do you mean Ohio State is significantly better and curb stop the shit out of Rutgers? I'm going to ignore that. What are you talking about? Nope. I don't know what you're saying. Shut up. What? This is the best time of the year. Like, it's still kind of nice out here in New Jersey. You have football back. You have September baseball. Like, the next 4 to 8 weeks is really fun if you're a sports fan, which you obviously are. If you're watching this Old Too Early podcast, I hope you watch sports. Although I've said it before, I'll say it again. The people who have the most money in sports cards generally have the worst actual sports takes. So it doesn't shock me. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is a great time to be a sports fan. You got all the major sports coming back, basically, or wrapping up or going into their playoff with baseball. And obviously, if you're a soccer fan as well, basketball is on the horizon and that might be a buying opportunity, but you probably should have been buying over the last couple of months, which I didn't do this year. Just didn't see as much opportunity there. Didn't really target it per se, and kind of just let it happen as it did. I say I'm going to target something, and then I do the opposite of that, and you never can know what my next move is going to be, because I don't even know what my next move is going to in fact be. One thing we actually got sent before, which So this is Webb sending us this. I appreciate Webb doing it. This is bad. If you are listening to the podcast and not watching it, I'm not going to play the audio because I don't want to get in trouble there. But it's like AJ and Big Justice promoting Arena Club. And this is bad. This is really, really not good. And the reason why I'm going to actually get them off my screen because I don't really care for them. They're from my hometown. They're from like Marlboro, New Jersey, which is fucking weird. Of all the cities and towns they could be from, they're literally from where I grew up. They are really promoting underage gambling to kids, and like it's such a fine line on what is acceptable and not. I think they cross it because like AJ is, I don't know, 12, 10. I have no idea. I don't really care for them, or like he's obviously not 18 is the thing. And you can get into the conversation of like, is sports card buying gambling? And I would argue that Arena Club is gambling. Is it literally a casino? Not really. But is it like very questionable and like still makes me feel kind of gross about it? Yeah, he's like a child. Like AJ is, I'm gonna check real quick. How old is I don't even know how to fucking type this into Google. He is, well, the dad is 49. That's not what I asked you. 2013. So he is 12. Okay. That's not good. I don't really love that. And it's kind of like you can make the comparison to virtual packs of like EA Sports and, you know, with NFL and Madden and FIFA and stuff like that, or MLB The Show or NBA 2K or any video game with loot boxes. But I'm going to keep it to sports focus because that is kind of what the Sold Too Early Sports Card podcast covers. I am a nerd. I like nerd shit more than sports. Go figure. It doesn't make me feel good about it. I see a lot of issues there. And when people clamor for regulation in a booming sports card industry, I kind of get it with that. I don't like the promotion of underage gambling to an impressionable audience. And also, Arena Club fucking sucks. So they really are just trying to take money from unsuspecting newbies, get them addicted to repackaged products, services, whatever else. And that obviously feeds into the larger ecosystem, which is a very big part of the sports card industry, whether you like it or not. That gambling aspect is there. But if you're over the age of 18, I'm very on board of like, hey, you can make your own choices. And you want to be a degenerate asshole, go for it, dude. I don't love them using, I guess Big Justice is the fucking kid. Who cares? Like, it doesn't make me feel good about that. And I gotta imagine that's a pretty neutral opinion. I wouldn't like it if Backyard was doing it. I think they were actually on Backyard's page. I stopped following Backyard a while ago because if you don't like someone in sports cards and you don't need their money and they don't need your cards, you don't have to hate watch them. You can either follow them for appearances online and turn off their stories and posts, which I've done for people who I do not need to deal with, but it would be more drama if I don't follow them and do the other stuff. You can be like, hey, I will keep your subscriber base where it is, but I will not engage with you. I do not sell you cards. You do not buy cards from me. But we can leave it there. Or you can just unfollow them, and that's fine as well. You don't have to have an opinion on every single person in the sports card industry. If I don't need your money and I don't need your cards, and guess what? I don't need your cards. The only thing you could ever make me want is like a Rutgers game worn jersey. If you got Brian Leonard, you got Taekwon Underwood, you got Ray Rice again, Kenny Britt, Logan Ryan, you got Devin McCourty, you got Jason McCourty, we can have a conversation. I don't give a fuck what cards you have. I don't need them enough. And I don't even DM people first. You have to DM me basically to make a deal happen. And it's not because, oh, I'm so conceited or I'm that much better than you. It's just, I don't fucking care. You can't make me care enough to DM you first on a deal. Therefore, it doesn't matter what you're up to. If I don't personally agree with it, I don't have to make a high school Instagram story about it, complaining about it. I can go on and live my life and you can go on and live yours. And we can shit talk each other in private DMs like a bunch of high school girls, because that's what sports cards is. When you reach the level of a pretty high following or show status or hobby goat, people will not like you, and that's fine. But no one will ever say or do anything about it because they won't ever say or do anything about it. It doesn't matter. And they will treat it like high school girl drama. What does that have to do with underage gambling? I don't really like it, and I don't have to deal with it. If they want to buy my cards at 110% comps, I would still sell Arena Club, because that's what anyone would do in this industry. They would condemn it to your face publicly, probably do X, Y, and Z. I'll at least tell you the truth. And whether you like it or not, it's kind of how this industry is going these days, which is a whole different conversation. I do believe. Oh, he's still not logged in. Oops. Okay, let me send Kai this link. I got to do that. He's apparently available, so that's funny. It's a weird one, dude. Like, the amount of backhanded conversations and things that you have to kind of deal with in the sports card world is actually kind of laughable, and you just have to roll with it. Like, the people who want this to be a hobby only, that was weird. People who want this to be a hobby only have unfortunately kind of lost. And whether you like that or not, it is reality. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry annually. It'll only continue to grow as sports continue to grow. And I don't know, it's a 0.1%, affiliation with sports to sports cards, or 0.001% or 1% even, let's call it. It's laughably small compared to the ecosystem of sports in general, but it'll always now kind of exist. And that's fine, but it's still a billion-dollar plus industry. You can keep it a hobby in your own mind if you want to. You don't have to be forced to join. But it's happened. You can either stand in the way of progress, or you can be swept up into it and buy into your favorite repacks with this today's sponsor. No, I'm kidding. We don't. Fucking, you think anyone's going to sponsor this shit? I wouldn't sponsor it. And I have an AI company that sponsors it. No, but what I'm saying is, like, angling yourself in a certain way for the purposes of playing nice with everyone in our industry is important. I've kind of stopped being as confrontational in that way in shape and form because it's bad for business. But I can tell you for a fact that a lot of people in the higher end sports card world do not like each other. They truly don't. You are just an exit strategy for someone else or something else or some other project or task. And you have to kind of own that. And if you want to make money in that, you can. And you can call it out and still make money in it, because you might need the item for your Galaxy Opal Crunchwrap Supreme repack, but I don't need to buy into your Crunchwrap Supreme Mega Opal Galaxy Breaking Black Star pack. I don't need to buy into it. You can't have an item that I need, because what I actually collect is so niche. You'll never have what I need. If you somehow found a Brian Leonard jersey, or Ray Rice, or Kenny Britt, or Devin McCourty, Jason McCourty, okay, now you have my attention. but you're not going to buy that. And if you do, I have several questions on where did you find that? How can I get more of this? What else you got there?
Thank you for adding me.
All right, yeah. Welcome back into the podcast. Kai, what you missed so far is me talking about getting Golden Retriever puppy, which is happening Saturday, which is super fucking exciting. Now, I have no interest in doing cards at the moment because I just want to go and get my puppy. And I am prepared for Dallas. I'm going Wednesday and Thursday and leaving Friday. And I expect a mass exodus of football cards. And I think now is a decent time to buy some Bowman. And speaking of Bowman, I covered what Webb had sent us, which was a Big Justice and AJ.
I saw that.
Sponsoring Arena Club. It kind of makes me feel icky. And I would be okay with regulation in the sports card world for stuff like that because it really is like underage gambling. It doesn't make me feel good.
I will say on the dog behalf, that is exciting. But I think in like a week or two, you won't be as excited when you're cleaning up its shit everywhere.
I mean, dude, yeah, absolutely true. But I've wanted a dog for a while, and like I had a Shih Tzu, and he was a useless dog. He was very, very cute, and I miss him. But he would just stare at you. He wouldn't bark. He didn't know how to bark, really. He would just sit there and just look at you. And I already think this dog will be much more involved than that. So
I think so. Yeah, it's a golden retriever, right?
I'm so excited. Next week, I'm going to bring her on, at least for, 10 seconds before she pees everywhere, probably. But we'll have to see how that goes.
But, I mean, Dallas-wise, I don't think it's going to be crazy. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward, normal, maybe a little bit less than normal Dallas show.
I think, and I touched on this, so apologies. I think there's a lot of burnout in the industry right now as well for people who travel a ton. If you did July 4th Dallas, you did Dallas, National, Burbank most likely. I think there was a Nashville in there as well. There was Shipshewana. Culture Collision's coming up after this as well. And then another Dallas November. Like, if you take from June to now, all the major shows, and I'm sure there's like Minnesota or something else in there that I missed, like there's been a lot of shit going on. And not even the ability to restock your inventory and be ready, but also like the fact of like, hey, if you don't do this full time, or even if you do this full time, there are people who are like tuning out the rest of the year. Lucas is done traveling for the year. I think Mikey's now done traveling for the year as well. I don't fucking blame them. It's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, also, I know a lot of people are doing there's like 3 international shows in a row coming up, the Macau, Dubai, and another one.
That's
just adding to the craziness.
Like, don't get me wrong, those are shows that's another tax bracket. I'm never
doing those, but yeah.
Like, that is like, even like Lucas would be like, is it even financially beneficial? Or even do I want to do it? Like, he's got kids, he's got a family. Like, that'd be one where like if you had like a lackey who like could do it and you trusted, that's where you send them to.
I just don't think I'd enjoy doing a card show where I'd need to translate every word I'm saying.
Well, like, you would just do it the way I did Burbank, but to the extreme. You go for like 2 weeks and you make a vacation out of it. Because when the fuck else are you gonna go to Macau or Dubai? Dubai is awesome.
Is Macau in China or Japan?
It's Hong Kong. So it's tough.
I was gonna say, which one is that?
Hong Kong is China, but like Hong Kong kind of operates as its own thing, but I wouldn't want to be there that long, but like you have to make it worth your time. So
I think I'll stay here.
I agree. I'm going to stay on the East Coast of the United States. I'm just double checking that I'm actually correct. That is Hong Kong. And it is. Hong Kong and Macau are both special administrative regions of China. Okay. They are quite special. I think there's like, and I've read this on Reddit, so like, take it for what you will. Like, there are trains that connect like mainland China with like these regions, and like you can be on like Twitter or Facebook in like Hong Kong and get to China, and it's gone. Obviously.
Oh, I didn't think about that either.
So, yeah, if you're gonna go to Macau, more power to you. I mean,
I'm assuming that's like an affluent area, probably too.
Dude, you better be fucking. Sports card people are not on their guard anyway at most card shows. You are in a foreign country too. You better be fucking ready to like either throw hands or just to like take your cards, put them away, really lock them down, which even then in some instances the card shows these days is not good enough. And be on guard.
That's
You
one of those
can't,
shows where you like actually hire security for, if it makes sense.
like unironically, yes. And I think you can only travel like 10 grand in cash.
That's
Anyway,
true.
national, so like you might have some issues there with cash
I
flow.
think are you allowed to bring it? They just pull you aside and ask you about it, or you can't even bring it?
I don't know, and I'm not going to claim to know, but I believe it's $10,000 and beyond is like, hang on, sir, we're gonna have to stop you for some questions, and I think they can even maybe confiscate it as well if it's a certain number. So
It's weird because like, don't you go through the same TSA though at most places? I guess if we
You're still-
customs or you
you
have
have
an
to
issue.
customs.
Yeah.
And like, how are you going to explain to someone whose English is probably not their first language, and you get literally to China?
These are for
Or-
sports cards.
What? Yeah.
You're like, these are for baseball cards.
They would be like, "What the fuck? What is this? I'm just taking this."
Yeah. Seems like bend over, sir. I need to check you.
Yeah, but they're gonna say it in really broken English, possibly. So like, you gotta be ready for that. And Dubai, you do not go anywhere beyond where they tell you to.
I feel like the Dubai show would be sick though.
Oh,
That's
my
like
brother-
affluent on crack.
My brother's been to Dubai, and he
Yeah.
did the same thing. Just ignore all the migrants. And
I was gonna say you probably have to stay in the area you're supposed to stay in.
you do not go to the shanty towns. You do not ask about the shanty towns. You will become part of the shanty town if you ask any questions. American, not anymore. We gotta take that passport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also what happened in real life. We're gonna leave that one alone. I'm not.
Wait,
we're-
what happened?
So they would bring migrants from like literally like poor countries. I'm not gonna name the countries. Maybe like either like South America or Africa or wherever it's gonna be. Like they were like actually people who are trying to find, I guess, Middle East area as well. Like people who were trying to like make better lives for themselves. And they would agree to contracts. And they would come to Dubai and build shit, and then they would take their passports and not pay them as much and stuff like that. I'd be lying on where I knew geography, where like.
So it's like
Right.
indentured servants, but
Dude, no, like unironically, yes. And welcome back to the Sports Card Podcast, by the way. Last week talked about Stephen Hawking, and today we're
I
talking
thought
about,
you were talking at first about your brother got his passport taken in
oh,
Dubai.
that's we have a conversation. We have a different situation there. They got scanned in Sweden, which is different.
Oh, something actually happened over there somewhere.
Yeah, but his now fiance, she's Swedish and she speaks Swede, and they basically got into a scam cab and they made a scene and they made sure people were aware. So
I hope he blamed her since she
I-
spoke Swedish.
the driver was like, because she was screaming at the driver, and the driver was like, "She's so crazy! Like, what's wrong with her?" And my brother was like, "I'm gonna fucking punch you in the back of the head. You give us back our
Was he just
shit."
trying to rip them off, or he was
Like,
like trying to?
He's trying to scam them. And
I
then,
didn't know what he was trying to do.
well, then hard cut to, I don't know what time it is in the morning, but like him screaming out the window, help me, I'm being kidnapped, I'm American." Which that did happen. So go figure. What are we talking about again?
I don't
This has
even
been-
know. I'm
has been
so
a weird-
carded out right now.
This has been a weird episode. Yeah, I'm carded out too. I'm gonna lean on the puppy as a crutch for not.
I don't have anything to lean on besides
Well,
football, I guess.
You moved, and we could talk about football to end the episode as well. But you moved. You got some shit you had to do. I don't care anymore about cards at this moment in time. I want to sell my shit, get my margins. I'm not sure what I'm going to be buying again. I guess I'll prep for November, Dallas.
Probably a dog bed.
Dude, dog shit, like, is expensive, but, like, not as much as you would think in terms of, like, when you keep in mind, like, oh, this Cooper Flag card is, like, $1,250 to $1,400.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, nothing's
And-
going to compare to that.
And then it's like, oh, how much did you spend on all her dog stuff on Amazon? $1,000. Okay. Oh, this Cooper Flag is $650 to $700. Okay. Where's my Otani auto that's multiple thousands of dollars? It breaks your mind on like what stuff is actually worth. And like, oh, okay. Here's a Shohei that's probably $3,000 ish.
What percent of the population that doesn't do cards do you think would take the Caitlin Clark like logo 101 that did like 500K or a house? Which what percent do you think would pick the card that doesn't do sports cards?
Literally 0%.
You
Because
say
it doesn't make logical sense.
you don't
And
think anyone would be stupid enough to do it?
well, it's not even that it's stupid per se, because like I get it. I do truly understand like why it did what it did, but it's a house. And there's no logical conversation you can have with someone who does not do sports cards to explain to them why you should own this over that. And I even think the Kalen Clark is a bad example, because if you gave them an actual $1 million card, if you give them the Joe Burrow NT NFL Shield logo that did $1 million the Chime bought, and you didn't tell them what it was worth, I would imagine if you surveyed 100 people, you'd get people that would be over $1 million, but you have a lot of people being under $1 million on what they thought that card was worth.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's tough because I think the normal person just doesn't even. I don't think they can like conceptualize like how much that expensive of a card is.
I can't even conceptualize it. I've been doing this for over a decade. It's really weird to me how expensive some cards are, and I logically can't explain it to people because it doesn't make sense. And I've stopped questioning it. Like, dude, even the SpongeBob stuff today.
We all got fucked on that.
Like, I'm not shocked that we got fucked on it, because like that already is at like $425, and they were at $250 on the site.
Yeah,
So
$250.
I've stopped questioning like alternative assets, and these are really they truly are alternative assets. Because of the simple fact of like either greater fool theory, there's another idiot who will buy for more, or I just don't comprehend the person who is buying this, because I just don't see it anymore. And that's fine. And like I own it, I accept it. I'm not worried about it anymore. We're gonna own it, we're gonna do well with it if we can, we're gonna flip the stuff, move on to the next thing. It's why I have no emotional attachment to any of my cards, whether that's a good thing or not. I said this in the episode before to Kai. I will never DM someone first. I don't need your card bad enough. You gotta DM me if you want to make a deal happen.
I'm gonna disagree on that strongly, though. There's so many cards I ask people about.
I'm saying personally for me, like what I'm saying is I don't need to own a card. Like, you actually are a collector, Kai. I know you flip a lot of stuff and you've done very well. I'm very happy for you. But you actually do collect stuff. There's stuff that you want to own.
So I guess you're saying you don't really like seek anything out. If it happens to come to you, like you'll maybe buy it.
That's exactly it.
Okay. I definitely seek stuff out to both flip and collect, though. So that's where I disagree.
Well, look what I'm buying lately, Kai. Dan Marino Museum to 25 auto. Disgusting card. Very
Imagine
cool.
when he dies.
I'm not going to own it when he dies. And Kai, if you killed him before this episode started, I have several questions. Derrick Henry to 10, flawless auto. Sick card. This one's kind of whack, but whatever. Peyton Manning to 12. Like, if it was licensed, it'd be a lot cooler. Game worn Adrian Peterson to 5.
One of those just went for a stupid amount on.
It went for 1025 as 9.5. I put it at 875 here. I traded for it at $700. I'm like, I'm not worried about this card. And that's just stuff that's on the desk right now in terms of like stuff I bought for Dallas. Like, obviously I have the Ohtani again. But like, oh, cool. Tim Lincecum auto to 30. Or Michael Harris at 25. Like, neat shit. I go after neat shit. Did I buy some downtown Booms and some hollows and shit? Yeah, because the margins were good. But like, I will always target neat shit first over anything else.
Yeah.
You know? But
I'm not as cool as you are. No one DMs me trying to sell their stuff. I have to DM them.
So like, that's where like my advice is bad advice, because I've been around now on Instagram for a decade, and actually so have you. But somehow, some way, I've gotten a following, and I don't understand why. But people DM me all the time selling me cards.
Yeah.
Maybe because they've never heard a bad thing about me. I'm a dickhead. I fully admit I'm a dickhead. I am aggressive. I'm kind of nasty sometimes, but I am the most honest person I believe in our industry, and I do believe that.
Yeah,
and
I think you're also less picky, so people are able to sell to you more often, and they like
and I'm definitely a dickhead, and I own that. But like in person, I'm really pretty professional. Like, I don't take myself seriously, which I think helps me.
We need to get you a shirt that says "I am a professional," not the dumbass part, though.
I'm gonna wear the Sir Yacht chair to the show. I'll bring that Thursday, and we'll go to Burger Bar. You're gonna be there Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Burger Bar it is.
Yeah.
think we
Remember
have-
you scheduled that and I didn't even know about
Dude,
it.
we have like a group of like 12 people. It's really bad, and I can't wait for either of them not to show up.
I don't even know 12 people going to this Dallas show.
You fucking Kai, you misunderstand stuff. I tell people I'm doing something like, oh, we're going. I'm like, all right. And then
Who is in this group?
Webb's gonna vanish. Liam's gonna like be busy making a deal. Josh is
Oh, are
gonna
they
be
going?
Webb will be there. Liam and them should be there, but like Josh is gonna go missing at the bar. Jake is gonna be in Sipshawana somehow. Liam's gonna be busy packing up. Austin is gonna be making another deal, and then like the group of 12 is gonna be you, me, and Webb.
It'll just be me and you.
Even still, it's like I'd just rather go home at this point.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny, dude. You just gotta own it.
Yeah.
It's why I've stopped. Like, I love this industry. It's more of a social thing now. And even Mikey had said that to us in Burbank. He mentioned that like he wishes he could just like hang out on video games with his friends every now and again, just talk shit. And like that's why like Fortnite we play it a lot now these days. It's like the perfect thing. I know that even you and your friends do it. And like we've played a couple times together too. It's just like a social thing at this point. It's really kind of fun. The money is great, but we can make money anyway. So
Yeah. I think the best part of the national was like, I forget what day it was. I think it was the last day we were there, but it was just me, you, and Mikey just like saying the most random
oh
shit.
my god. No, the last 2 nights were so much fun because we had
Yeah.
Brandon too and Webb.
Yeah.
Webb went to dinner with us and
Yeah.
it was like he's great. I love Tyler, but he's 20. And like I just turned 29. There's like a huge like not even maturity thing because he's very
You could
mature.
almost be his dad.
Dude, I'm like Webb has asked me like life advice, and that's great. I love to like be that resource because he's an only child, and like I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so like I get it more. But like you could tell, there's obviously like not even a maturity thing, but like I guess let's call it experience thing, and that'll come with time for him, and like that's perfectly fine. But like it's so funny interacting with that because it is almost like a little brother big brother dynamic where like I've never had to be like that, and it's very funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Webb. He's a cool kid.
Tyler's great.
I don't know
Tyler.
if I'm allowed to call him a kid since I'm only 4 years older than him, but
I mean, listen, I'm only now 4 years older than you. You're 25, or how old are you?
24.
Okay, I'm 5 years older than. When's your birthday?
April.
Okay, so I'm 4.5 years older than you. So like it's the same dynamic, but I don't know. It's very scary. But there's also a big maturity difference between 20 and 24, and then 24 to 29, depending on like where you are in life. So you'll figure it out too.
Thanks.
You will, dude. Fucking from 24 to 29, got married, bought a house, getting a dog, paying all my bills, being an adult, like actually fully, like it's you become an adult very
Acquired a beanbag.
Dude, I fucking love that beanbag. I really do. That beanbag was so worth it. I've had that now for years.
I want one so bad.
How big is your office now?
I mean, it's big enough to have one. I'd probably put it in the living room though.
I got yelled at for that, so it's remaining in the office. It doesn't fit the decor.
Well, like, do you have like a use for it there? Like, or do you stare at the wall?
No, I move my chair out of the way. I lay in the beanbag chair and I watch YouTube on my TV up there.
Oh, I didn't know you had a TV.
Oh, dude, I have 2 monitors. So monitor 1, monitor 2, which you see on the podcast. Top monitor up there / like really PS5 and stuff like that. I've considered getting a 4th monitor over this for like Discord, and I'm dead fucking serious when I say it too. But my brain might literally melt if I do it.
So you like stare up to play PlayStation?
I move my chair back, right? I've also been known to stand. And
Was there a reason you didn't just hook it into the one you're looking at right now?
It's I don't know, not really. There's not a good reason. This is my computer setup. This is my gaming setup, and like, there's been connection between the two. But like, frankly, it's. I want a 3rd monitor. I want to get a curved one as well.
Yeah,
but
couldn't recommend it more. Great.
I know. I will eventually upgrade this desk because it's really kind of it's not cheap, but like it's not that nice. I will upgrade the desk probably at some point in time. and get more room and then reconfigure my setup as such.
Yeah, I think I spent like 180 on the desk, one something on the chair, and the monitor was like $200. I mean, the desk is amazing. It's one of those that you can like raise and lower as well.
Oh yeah, I thought about doing that, but like I knew
it's an L desk, like a lot of surface area. Like I couldn't recommend it more. I was on Amazon for like $180.
There you go. This desk was essentially free because I got it during COVID. My work gave me a credit for like at-home accessories and stuff like that because like they're transitioning people from the office to that. And I bought this before I got my apartment, and it sat in a box for 6 months, and it was awesome.
Yeah, KP2 cards doesn't have good benefits.
I mean, listen, I don't have interest in working in cards full time because, frankly, my job is pretty easy. I have a work call in 14 minutes.
You don't work, Dave. Be honest.
I work, but like this is the one inconvenient thing because the company is based in San Diego. Is occasionally I have work meetings past 5 o'clock, but also I have no work meetings that start before 12:30. Usually it's realistically 1:30. So pros and cons of that.
Yeah.
But with that said, Kai, anything you want to touch on super quick or anything like that? Or
not really.
Next week we'll do NFL predictions. I was going to do
next week's football. I mean,
we'll do predictions then. I kind of like was going to lead into that conversation before the episode and even during it, but like, fuck it, whatever. Next week we'll do
that next week. Yeah,
hot takes, stuff like that. We'll talk about Dallas. You can have more of an input there as well because you're going to be there longer than me.
The next time we talk, Michael Penix will have thrown for 4 touchdowns.
That's really weird to say when, Jackson Dart comes in and plays a couple of drives because Russell Wilson goes 13 for 21, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and the Giants lose like 13-7.
Hey, if you guys are getting blown out bad enough, he might come in.
He's QB2 now, which is really I really would have been okay with Russell Wilson not being the Giants QB, them just signing Jameis, him throwing for 6 touchdowns every game, and they lose like 54.
I still have no idea why you guys got both of them.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's just dumb. But anyway, that'll be a conversation we'll have many times over the weekend. Actually, not even the weekend. Shit. Over the week. I'll see you in a couple days. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Next time you see me, you might see me at a Dallas Card Show if you're there fast enough. If not, I'll see you on the podcast next week. Thank you.